We're talking about somebody where you can make a legitimate argument. There is no one who has done more for the game of basketball in the modern era.
Put in the work, hard work with your son, every day, and be able to see him continue to grow.
And learning from all the vets and people that have, been here longer than me. I feel like that's, what I've been focusing on. And
the Lakers just turned the most hyped rookie into the NBA's biggest joke. Bronny James went from future superstar to benchwarmer overnight. How'd they screw up this bad? It's not just bad luck, it's a full-on disaster. Before we move on, I'd like to ask you a small favor. If you appreciate this content, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to our channel. It makes such a huge difference to us. Thank you so much. Now back to the video. Imagine this. You're Bronny. You've been training your whole life for this moment. You make it to the NBA and nothing. The Lakers won't play you. They won't even let you get real minutes in the G League. It's a nightmare. We're breaking down exactly how it all went wrong. Remember when everyone thought Bronny James was destined for greatness? Yeah, that hype train crashed hard. His NBA debut was supposed to be this epic moment, but it turned into a total disaster. Let's break it down. Bronny's first game, a whopping 3 minutes of playing time. And get this, he scored exactly 0 points. The fans were not happy, to say the least. They'd been waiting for this moment, and all they got was a blink and you'll miss it appearance.
It's surreal. I think we've only, in modern time, senior is going to have to play well enough, long enough, in order for junior just to make it to that point.
Like commuting together, or any, like you and your dad, like do you know any of that? You're going to sync up.
You know what's really wild? The Lakers actually hyped this up. They made it seem like Bronny was ready for the big leagues. But here's the thing, he wasn't even close to being NBA ready. It's like they set him up to fail. Imagine being in Bronny's shoes for a second. You're LeBron James' son, and everyone's expecting you to be this basketball prodigy. Then you step on the court and nothing. The pressure must have been insane. It's not just about living up to your own potential anymore. You've got the weight of your dad's legacy on your shoulders too. After that disappointing debut, things got ugly fast. Fans started throwing around the N-word, nepotism. They're saying Bronny only got his spot because of his last name. Ouch, that's gotta sting.
And learning from all the vets and people that have, been here longer than me. I feel like that's, what I've been focusing on. And
We're talking about somebody where you can make a legitimate argument. There is no one who has done more for the game of basketball in the modern era. We could talk about how surreal the moment is. I've been very disgusted at the cynics out there who've gotten at LeBron about this.
But here's the real question. Why are critics calling Bronny the face of nepotism? It's not just about that one bad game. It's about the whole package. The hype, the expectations, the special treatment. People are looking at Bronny and wondering if he'd even be in the NBA if his dad wasn't LeBron James. It's a tough situation all around. The Lakers tried to cash in on the James name, but it backfired big time. Now Bronny's stuck in this weird limbo. He's not good enough to play real minutes, but he's too high profile to just fade into the background. It's like the Lakers created their own problem and now they don't know how to fix it. The Lakers thought they found the answer to their Bronny problem in the G League, but check this out. They're only letting him play home games. Weird, right? It gets crazier. This special treatment might actually be the worst thing for Bronny's career. How bad are we talking? Let's break it down. Bronny's G League debut was like watching his NBA nightmare all over again. He managed to put up 6 points, but also coughed up 5 turnovers. Not exactly the comeback story the Lakers were hoping for. You know what's even wilder? In a game, his team won by 14 points. Bronny was the only starter with a negative plus-minus. That's right, he was a -1 while his teammates were all in the double digits on the plus side.
He's earned the right to facilitate his son being a teammate of his when it comes to recognizing A, his greatness, and B, what he has meant for the game of basketball. Bronny James, but out of respect to LeBron James and his wishes, didn't do so according to the reports.
Now everyone's scratching their heads. Is this special treatment actually helping Bronny, or is it making things worse? Some experts are saying this might be the absolute worst situation for him to develop as a player. Think about it. He's not getting consistent playing time. He's only playing home games. games, and the pressure is still sky high. It's like the Lakers are trying to protect Bronny, but they might be shooting themselves in the foot. By limiting his exposure, they're also limiting his chances to grow and improve. Imagine trying to get better at basketball when you're only playing half the games your teammates are. It's like trying to learn to swim, but only getting in the pool once a week. The truth about Bronny's G League performance? It's not pretty. His stats are way below what you'd expect from a player with his hype. Some people are comparing him to other G League players, like Quincy Oliveri, who dropped 28 points in his debut. That's the kind of performance that gets you noticed.
This man is one of the top 2-3 greatest players in the history of basketball, without question. LeBron James has earned the right to have the kind of cachet. Let's understand that while Bronny has a lot to prove, and we're wishing him nothing but the best and all the luck in the world,
Bronny, he's barely making a ripple. So here's the million-dollar question. What's next for Bronny James? The Lakers are in a tough spot. They've got this high-profile rookie who's struggling to find his footing. Do they keep protecting him and risk stunting his growth? Or do they throw him into the deep end and hope he learns to swim? One thing's for sure, the basketball world is watching, and right now, it's not looking good for Bronny or the Lakers. You know what's crazier than Bronny's struggles? The fact that his dad might be making them worse. Yeah, you heard that right. LeBron James, the GOAT, could be the biggest obstacle in Bronny's path. How's that even possible? Let's talk about the elephant in the room. LeBron James. Everyone knows LeBron wanted Bronny on the Lakers, but at what cost? Some people are saying LeBron's influence is actually hurting Bronny's development. Think about it. Would any other 55th pick get this kind of special treatment? LeBron's even said, "Wherever he goes, I'm going." That's a lot of pressure, right? Bronny's not just fighting for his own career, he's carrying his dad's legacy too.
I'm picking up what you're putting down, but absolutely, it's unbelievable to see his dreams realized playing out there with his son.
Just a very joyous, moment for not only for myself but for our family, and put in the work, hard work with your son. Every day, and be able to see him continue to grow.
Imagine trying to make your own name when your dad's literally one of the greatest players ever. Here's a wild thought. What if LeBron's presence is making things harder for Bronny? The kid's got access to top-tier training and resources, sure, but he's also got a spotlight on him 24/7. Every move he makes, every shot he misses, it's all under a microscope. The critics aren't holding back. They're calling Bronny the face of nepotism. Ouch. They're saying he only got drafted because of his last name. But is that fair? I mean, the Lakers knew what they were doing when they picked him. They saw dollar signs, not just potential. Experts are split on this. Some say it's pure nepotism, others argue it's just smart marketing. But here's the thing, Bronny's only averaging 4.8 points per game in his first year. That's not exactly setting the court on fire, is it? So how did the Lakers turn Bronny from a golden child to a cautionary tale? It's simple. They hyped him up way too much, way too fast. They tried to cash in on the James name before Bronny was ready. Now he's stuck in this weird limbo, not good enough to play real minutes, but too high profile to just fade into the background. It's a mess, and no one's sure how to fix it. The Lakers created their own problem, and now Bronny's caught in the middle. Will he ever step out of LeBron's shadow? Only time will tell. Bronny's future with the Lakers is hanging by a thread. Some say he needs a fresh start. Others think he just needs time. But hold up. The Lakers just did something unexpected that could change everything. You won't see this coming. So where does Bronny go from here? Let's be real. It's not looking great, but it's not over either. Some experts think he needs a fresh start. Maybe a team without all this baggage, you know? A place where he's not constantly compared to his dad. Imagine Bronny on a team where he's just another player, not LeBron's son. That could be huge for his development, but here's the thing. Other people say he just needs time. I mean, he's only 20 years old. That's crazy young in NBA years. Think about it. Most guys his age are still in college, not trying to make it in the big leagues. So maybe all Bronny needs is a chance to grow up a bit, get stronger, and find his game. But you know what's scary? The clock is ticking. The NBA doesn't wait for anyone, not even LeBron's kid. Every game Bronny sits on the bench is another chance he's missing to prove himself. And let me tell you, those chances don't come around forever. Now the Lakers have a big decision to make. Do they keep protecting Bronny, giving him limited minutes and shielding him from criticism? Or do they throw him in the deep end and see if he can swim? It's a tough call. Too much protection could stunt his growth, but too much pressure could break his confidence. But hey, there's still hope. Some late bloomers have turned into NBA stars. Guys who nobody believed in at first, but ended up shocking everyone. Could Bronny be one of those guys? It's possible, but it all comes down to this. Can Bronny step out of his dad's shadow and make it on his own? That's the million-dollar question. Can Bronny James become more than just LeBron's son? Can he carve out his own identity in the NBA? It's not going to be easy, but stranger things have happened in basketball. One thing's for sure, the whole basketball world is watching to see what happens next. The Bronny James situation is a total mess. The Lakers thought they had it all figured out, but man, did that backfire. They tried to cash in on the James name, and now they're stuck with a rookie who's not ready for the big leagues. It's like watching a car crash in slow motion. But this isn't just about Bronny, it's about how we treat young athletes, especially when they've got famous parents. We put so much pressure on these kids, we expect them to be superstars right out of the gate. It's crazy. Imagine being 20 years old and having the whole world watching your every move. That's what Bronny's dealing with. So what happens next? That's the million-dollar question. It's up to Bronny to prove himself. The Lakers need to figure out how to handle this mess. And LeBron, he might need to step back and let his son find his own way. One thing's for sure, the basketball world isn't looking away anytime soon. This story's far from over.